Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers and welcome to Mercury Farms. Made sure I said that right. I didn't want to say Ravenport. So we have arrived at Mercury Farms. I did text our previous owner on my way over here, tell him where I was going. And he said when I arrived in town, I should head to the vehicle shop. My bonus is waiting for me there. So I'm kind of curious what it's going to be. Also, if you see our money in the upper right-hand corner, we are starting with $1.790 million. We left Ravenport with a little bit more than that, but I took some out because traveling cost. You know, I had to buy a plane ticket to get here. I took a bus from the airport to here. This is where the bus dropped me off. We're kind of at the recreational park. We don't own any land. Obviously, we own absolutely nothing. Zilch, zero. It's... basically, I went start from scratch. But basically, it's almost like we're in farm manager mode because we're starting with that much money. But we earned that money in Ravenport. That's what we earned. That's 10% of what the farm was worth in Ravenport. So here we are in Mercury Farms with our $1.7 million, pretty close to 1.8. I guess the first thing I need to do is I should head to the vehicle shop and see what's happening there. So we are here. The vehicle shop is way up here. That's a long walk. I don't have a vehicle. So I'm going to see. I got to go on the other side of the road because, well, yeah, left-hand side driving. So I'm going to wait for a car to come by. I'm going to start walking and see if I can hitch a ride. And I'll meet you at the vehicle shop to see what awaits us. Any cars? I mean, there is traffic at some point. Here comes a car. Maybe they'll take us. Thanks for the ride. Appreciate it. So we arrived at the vehicle shop. Says so right here. And it looks like I see a tractor there. It's a green one. But it's a New Holland T8. Let's go, looks like a Massey Ferguson kind of a sign there. Let's head on in here. Maybe this guy knows something about that outside. But he's just, sir, do you know anything about that tractor outside? He seems speechless. Hello, ma'am. That New Holland T8 tractor outside. Do you know anything about that? Well, I just got done talking to the lady at the front desk. That tractor is ours. I had to show her some ID, sign some papers. But here we go. We get to start with the New Holland T8 tractor, thanks to our previous boss that we had. Let's step on in. New Holland T8 435. I did get a brochure for it so I can kind of show it off to you. So if we go into large tractors, all the way down to the end. This is a mod by Stevie, by the way. So here's our T8, and of course, ours has the wide tires and weights. We also got the 462 horsepower engine in it, which is nice. And he painted it with the Fendt color green, and the rims are the Challenger yellow. Very nice of them. Very, very nice. I don't see GPS installed, but that's fine. We cannot complain there. I mean, that is a big step up to start the farm with. Oh, it does have GPS. Oh, I didn't see the lines when I got it, but that's after you start the engine, Peanut. There you go. Wow, so at least we got transportation. We got a tractor that can do just about anything we need. The problem that we have is we don't own nothing. I'm on the wrong side of the road. That's going to take a while. The other thing I noticed in the brochure, look at the top speed in the bottom left-hand corner. 43 miles an hour. Oh, and the other thing I probably should do is I need to go into my settings. And while we're in settings, economy difficulty, we're on hard. Traffic is on. Everything else is pretty much the same. Plant growth, slow. We want slow. It's going to be the same settings as before. I just got rammed in the rear. Wow, traffic does not stop here, does it? Money unit needs to be in pounds, I think. Yeah, no one run over me. So I do have a map of the area. I'm looking it over. Let's go into the map here. So I was studying the fields, kind of figure out how I want to start this. And, you know, we do have to buy a field somewhere. And I was actually thinking of starting with this field right here for 72 grand. It's kind of like in the center. There's a nice little... Well, this is where the original home would be. This is where your starting location is. But, of course, now there's nothing there. But we're going to buy that field. What does it have? Oh, we'll just buy it. I know I want to buy it because I looked at it. So if we go out of map, it is wheat. It needs lime, no fertilization, whatever. It's ready for harvest and all that fun stuff. Where are we on the map, though? We are up here, and we need to go down here. But before we do anything, let's turn this guy around. And, yeah, we need to start actually thinking about what we need for equipment. The good news is, yeah, we got a nice tractor. Very nice tractor. Of course, if you guys know me, I do like my T8. And it's nice that the speed is a little bit faster as well. I'm going to keep it on miles per hour because my conversion sucks. But we will have it in pounds here. Let's turn that off. Let me turn the show lines off for now. Thank you. So I'm going to go back into the store. Have a talk with this nice young lady here. And see if I can place some orders or see what they got in stock. It's time to buy some stuff, I think. Well, our shipment has arrived. I've ordered quite a bit of stuff, as you can see, because we're right down to million pounds. I better start saying that correctly. 1,000,000 pounds. Actually, the money's stretching out better than I thought it was. So we have the same quote-unquote fertilizer lime spreader as before. Just one of them. It's a chrome paint job. We're going with the Challenger rims on most of the stuff. So that's what we got there. We got the Kuhn baler, as we had in the last series as well, but different paint job as well. We all know this plow as well, but different colors. Here is our grain trailer to start with. Holds 21,000 liters. AgroLiner. We got the Rostamash harvester. This is what we're going to start with. The reason why I went with this one? Aha, yes. The header is also a trailer, kind of like the Ideal. The fields aren't big enough to actually justify getting a really big harvester right now. Plus, it's saving us 200 grand, which is going to come in handy. And, of course, we all know I got to get the horse seedrill as well. Yes, I know I said I'm going to try to get a lot of different equipment, but some things... as for plows, I would like to get a different plow. I just hate that all plows, the in-game plows, are at an angle, if you know what I'm saying. So when you start plowing a field, it's kind of weird. But this is what we're starting with. So we're going to back up the John Deere. Took a while to get going forward and backwards. Oh, I know what, there's another setting I need to change. Hold on one second. Where is it here? Stop and go braking. On? There we go. That's better. That's the stop and go braking option you can have. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get into our Rostamash. Now the only thing I got to get used to is we won't be harvesting at a wonderful 12 miles an hour. We'll be down to 6. But maybe in the future, when we get bigger fields and whatnot. Who knows? Okay, I gotta figure out. I gotta see where I'm going because I don't know. Hang a left, and then field 21 is on that side there. So this harvester and header is not a mod at all. It's the in-game one. So we still have quite a bit of money. Now my plan for this map, we're going to try to do some different things, but the animals I do plan on sort of having is definitely cows. That's why the first field I wanted to pick was a field that had something I could do straw in. So cows and chickens are the ones I'm aiming for. There is no access to the field from the road. Now the other thing I do want to do first is we need to buy some more land so we can put a house in. We need a house here. Does anyone know how to access this field? Did I go past it here? Do I even want to dare drive down here? Did I buy a field with no access? Alright, here we go. Here's the access point. I was like, there's got to be an access point somewhere. So like I said, all the same settings as before. I was going to do growth control, but I kind of gave up on it. I'm trying to figure out, I want to look into it more as I fold up our header. Now, like I said, we are playing on the hard economy level, so the prices are just going to look terrible if you saw the previous one. The reason being is now that we own a farm, and of course at the end of this playthrough, I don't want to have a quadrillion dollars. Wait, straw swath. Disable straw swath. No, we want the straw swath on. Oh, the way it was coming out was like, well, no, I don't want to spread, so it is coming out in the straw swath. This feels awfully slow. Very, very slow. I would put him on a hired worker, but I'm guessing in this field here, he might have an issue. Being with a fence all around it. Wow, this does feel very slow. Get used to mods and you go back to standardized gaming stuff. And wow, it's slow. So that's why we got the reason why that's why we got the baler. In order to do cows, we're going to need straw. We're going to need hay, and of course, we're going to need some silage. Which leads me to our next purchasable field. I didn't just want to go all crazy on buying land to start with, because buying equipment, I was like, I don't know how much I'm going to have here. So I was kind of taking it slow. But we still got $1 million, and the land on here is not extremely expensive. It's not like Ravenport, where, if you remember, the BGA was 800 grand, and fields were like 400 grand. Fields are more manageable here. They are smaller, which is fine, because we can always merge them together and whatnot. So that's not a problem at all. So once I get a headland done here, I'll probably set them off on a worker, because this will take a while. And I do believe I am going to place my house kind of like I did in the first look video, down by the river, which means buying a grass field. We need a grass field. And so I think that feels like 200 grand-ish. And time I put a house down and all that. But let me get this headland finished. I'll set this guy off on a worker. See how far he gets. Just to give you an idea, we are doing wheat right now. So if we go into this page here, right now the best price for wheat, if I just click on it, that'd be good. $3.98. I mean, the prices aren't too bad. The price, I think, is still pretty darn good. I mean, it's not too bad. Look, I mean, the milk is like $1,200. That's a pretty good price. Egg prices, as you remember, in Ravenport on normal setting, I think we were getting like $3,000 is, you know, where you start getting good prices. And it's like $1,000 less here. Silage, as you can see, livestock market and straw barn. So I'm going to guess this is, oh, there's two places. That's right. You can't see the BGA prices because we don't own the BGA. That's right. All right. Yeah, so let me get started here. We got a lot to do. Got to get our farm off, but, you know, we really need a house. We didn't have a house on Ravenport. Now that we're, you know, I don't want to be sleeping in tractors. All right, so the headless is done. I'm going to put him on a worker. Hopefully he gets along fine. The Rustle mash? I don't know. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. But like I said, I do like it because the header is its own trailer, so I don't have to worry too much about it. One thing I am going to have to use too, it only holds 10,000 liters, not 60. So let's go on in here. So this is the field right here we need to buy. This is a grass field, and I do want to put my house there, but it's a lot cheaper than I thought, so we're going to buy that. Thank you very much. What I'll probably do in between episodes of 1 and 2 is, it's a little hilly here. I would like to put my house there somehow. We'll have to figure it out. So what does that leave us with? 852,000. I'm not going to do the cows right away in this episode. Probably like an episode or two. What does this field need? Does this field need anything? It does need lime. I'm thinking buying this plot right here. The reason being, it's kind of like right in the center of the map, and we can put like placeable downs like refill seed and lime and stuff. So, whoops. No, wait. It was here. How much is that? 52,000. There, of course, we do get a field, but I do believe there's sugar beet in it. So, I mean, whatever. Let's head up here. Get in our New Holland. And we got the trailer already on, so we're going to head on down to that field. I wonder how many times I'm not going to be driving on the wrong side of the map. Or the road, sorry. The road. And now I got to get used to where all the sell points are. But hopefully, in no time, we'll have a pretty good, decent-sized working farm. It's a matter of just getting it started. Getting some placeables down. All that stuff. I'm not going to try to rush getting fields done. In other words, right when they're ready to harvest it. I'm going to try to do more of a relaxed let's play. So let's head on in here. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the land that we do now own. See, if I leave these hedges up as barriers, let's see how I want to do this. So if you start as new farmer, this is where your house and garages all are and all that stuff. So if you come in here, we're going to go here. Is it miscellaneous? So we're going to need a seed hut. Hut. You can buy... Okay, so I can buy seed, lime, and herbicide here. That is... Where am I? Where did you start me off at? Where am I? Okay, here we are. Let's zoom on down here. Okay, so let's rotate you, sir. Rotate it this way. Try to get it flush against the hedges, kind of like thing. And we'll put you down right there. This will give me fertilizer. So we will spin you right around. Let me rotate the map this way so I can see better. Alright, so I sold the seed hut because it was placed terrible. I thought it was nice and square, and it was just absolutely terrible. The fertilizer hut is pretty good. Yeah, the fertilizer hut is nice and flush. But you zoom out, and it... too bad they don't have, like, locking scripts. See, I'm trying to get it flush over that one, but I go over it, it kind of, like, rises over it. I wish it would kind of, like, overlap it so you can see it better. There, that looks a lot better. A lot better. Now, the other thing that we're going to need is, I do believe a silo would be nice. Now, these mods that I'm using are actually part of the map. So, in Ravenport, we had this nice little guy right here. $180,000, nice big silo. These silos right here hold $500,000, so that's still just as good. Plus, they hold potatoes, sugar beet. I mean, they hold everything. So why wouldn't we? Gray, different colors. I think we'll do a brick building. All right, so let's see. You got to back into it. Wait, is this a drive-through? It is a drive-through. I mean, do I want to put it like right here and we can remove those hedges? Let me see if I can remove those hedges. But before I do remove the hedges, I got to come in here. I have nope, chainsaws. And I always get a steel because that's what I have in real life, is a steel chainsaw. Alright, so you can remove the hedges. I'm going to leave everything there. I'm going to do like landscaping later on. So back into silos. And I wanted the brick building. Thank you very much. And I do want to rotate it this way. I need to go take care of my combine harvester. And by leaving everything there, I can kind of put this kind of where I want it. Kind of like that. May not be perfectly square and whatnot. So I'll have to get the buy a stump grinder, which is not too bad because, I mean, let's be real here that we're going to be expanding fields later on and whatnot. Let's go take care of our combine. Oh, I was like, why can't I get into my tractor? I was carrying a piece of wood. After I unload my combine, I am going to have to text my former boss. I have yet to thank him for the tractor, our bonus. So now we do have a field to take care of, a sugar beet field. It's a small one. It's a small world. Alright, I'm going to text my boss while this unloads, and I'll bring it back in just a moment. It's a private conversation. Well, I got done talking to the boss, and he was just grateful because he didn't think the farm was worth that much. Honestly, I didn't either. When I started selling stuff, I was thinking like 10, 11 million, but I think I kind of forgot how much the fields were worth. So he said yes, if he felt that the farm was a lot better off than what we all thought, that we'd get a bonus, and here's our bonus. The T8 New Holland. I talked about the T8 pretty much when we had a few of our meetings. So here we are, we're going to, well, I'm going to destroy some of our crops. That's fine. It's sugar beet. We're just going to plow that right on in. So after buying almost a lot of stuff we have, we still have $700,000 sitting there. But before I just keep going buying more and more land, we got to make sure we got all the equipment that we kind of need. Now you may be sitting here thinking, well, geez, Peanut, you're buying a lot of the big stuff. Well, I do have, I mean, obviously we're not going to keep these small fields small. We're going to expand on our fields as they are. And we could actually start with this one right here, but first things first, we got to get rid of this sugar beet. I was going to do some poplar, but the only way I can see to harvest poplar right now, I haven't looked at any mod sites yet, is you need a forage harvester. I thought in 17 there was one that you could hook up to a tractor and forage poplar that way, but I couldn't find it in the store page the other day. The only thing with the DLC coming out at the end of the month, you know, like I said, I want to try doing some other new things I haven't done yet. Poplar I did in 17 when 17 first came out, and I was like, okay, I don't really see where this is doing that great, and poplar, as a lot of people said, it wasn't worth it. But already on day one of our farm, we're doing pretty good. We got some fields. I do have to buy a mower because we do own a grass field. And that's what the baler is for, to make, you know, bale grass bales and make silage bales for our future cows. Now I just realized, now that I got a silo that can hold straw and grass, kind of like before, I'm probably going to need a loading wagon to load that stuff up. It won't be the loading wagon we had right off. We'll buy a smaller loading wagon so we can start putting like that straw over there. So I won't be baling that straw. I'll pick that up with a loading wagon and start storing our straw. Like I said, we got to make hay and silage for our future cows. And we're probably going to use the cow pasture that he has for the map. I have seen, if we do chickens, I might do a different chicken holding pen. The problem is it's really expensive, and I thought, well, how many chickens does it hold? I don't want to say it does hold 500 chickens, but there's a couple things in the mod that don't quite work, so I was kind of hoping for an update on that. I mean, it's functional and everything, but it's kind of like in a greenhouse kind of a setup. It's supposed to have like fans to ventilate it, but the fans don't work. I think that's the only thing that doesn't work. It holds 500 chickens, but I think the coop or the greenhouse, whatever you want to call it, I think it's like 150,000. I was like, well, that's kind of, I mean, that is kind of expensive for just an extra 100 chickens. When you can buy, I think it's 40,000 and that pen holds 400 chickens. So this is the thing with this plow. This plow requires like 420 horsepower. We got more horsepower than it requires, but it does struggle to pull it. We got ourselves a silo. So right now I'm just going to plot this here. I think the next thing I'll do is I'll bring our seed hole down and make sure we can fill up with seed and fertilizer. We also got to do some lime as well. Both those fields need lime. But I want to make a couple trips, bring some of our equipment down here, and I'll see you in a second. Alright, I think it was this shed for lime, was it not? Yes, it is. So I'll fill this guy right up. So while I'm sitting here, let's take a look. What else is going on here? So this field, it says it's growing. What are you growing? It is growing canola. So, maybe we can start... How much is that field? It's 55,000. Alright, so we bought that field. Whoops, I was in this one. Oh, that's sunflowers. Ugh. Let's see. So we bought this field here, field 10. So we made this leave field 10 here, sitting here for a while. Yeah, I don't want to buy too much. Don't want to buy too much. So there's our lime. I'm going to go ahead and park this guy right over here for now. Now I'm off to get a seed drill. Bring that down here. We'll fill that up. Looks like our combine is just about done. It's great having a tractor that does, 43 miles an hour. I mean, it's a lot faster than the in-game New Holland. This is going to make things just a little bit easier. But back up to the store, I need to grab the rest of our equipment, and then we'll probably buy a little bit more equipment. Yeah, just keep on buying things, Peanut. Just keep on doing it. Well, we're back at the store. I'll head on in and see this young lady again. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm looking for some loading wagons. What do you have? Something we don't need. Ooh, wow. They're more expensive than I thought. Even the cheap ones are... I mean, we don't need that big of a one yet. That's for darn sure. I think we'll just get the cheapest one going. It's still 23,000 liters, which is pretty good. I mean, that's almost double the price. So let's go ahead. We'll buy that. While we're also here, mowers. And looks like we're going to do the Novacat, the Pottinger. Stevie's mod. So we can change the color of them. The main color. And the Challenger. And then this one here, main color and Challenger. Alright, so that leaves us still $500,000, which is not too bad. Oh, the other thing I need, and they're pretty cheap if we go into forestry. Like I said, if we go into forestry, there it is. It's only $5,000. So we're just going to buy that. I mean, I could lease it for $255, but for $5,000, need to get rid of those stumps and whatnot. But I mean, if we look at our price, we're down to $500,000. If we didn't get a tractor as a bonus, yeah, that money would be pretty much down to nothing right now. So if I had to buy a tractor now, like the quality of this D8, we'd be down like to $200,000. Once you get that low, you kind of want to keep it. Also, I should mention right now, we do not have a loan, and I am going to try and not even borrow any money whatsoever on this Let's Play. I mean, we are starting with 1.7 million, so we'll see how we get along. So now that we got a stump grinder, we can take out a lot of these posts if we wanted to. So that field and this field will be merged. I don't know if I want to do it now because there's a crop growing in there. Let's go back into our field 25. So it doesn't need lime, doesn't need to be plowed. It has no fertilizer on it right now. So that's something I need to get to. So here we go with our first crop on Mercury Farms. And now I'm starting to regret I didn't buy a bigger trailer. I should have bought the Joskin. I thought 21,000 liters would be more than enough to handle a field this size. But it just barely will, I think. I'm not sure. Just so imagine when we get this all taken care of. So I may need to buy a bigger trailer. We are down to $500,000, but we do have a lot of the equipment that we need, and a lot of the good stuff too. I mean, we got a horse seed drill. It's going to seed fields really fast. We got a big lime spreader / fertilizer spreader, but I still need to buy like something to take care of the weeds. A windrower, a tedder, a bale wrapper, something to transport the bales. You, sir, can go right here for now. And I am going to go back to collecting. So right now this just needs lime. Does not need to be plowed. So I may just put some seed this field again, because that field already has crop in it, and it's not even at the first growth stage. So I can plant seed in this one as well. I may not lime it right away, which sounds kind of pointless, but basically it'll just be for one more growth stage. And then when we merge these two fields together, I will lime them both so they're in the same setup. Because if I lime this field and then I harvest that one over there, that one may need lime afterwards. Plus when I plow these two fields together, it'll need lime in between as well. And I can't believe I'm collecting this much straw already. I didn't even make it one time around the field and this thing is full. Well, let's go give out our silo a try. So I'm going to have to cut down all these posts. That's why we got the chainsaw and the stump grinder. I don't know, for some reason when I was looking at the silo, I thought it was a drive-through silo. Live and learn. So we need to back into here. We'll load in our first pile of straw. So while that's unloading, so when we go in here, the animal pens, the large cow pasture, because we're going to go with large, obviously, is 180,000. So yeah, it's gonna be expensive. And the area we're going to put it in is the same area it would have been a nice place right up here, just to kind of get it out of the way. And that land is, how much is that land? It's only 42,000, and we'll get grass fields as well. I'm not going to get involved into it yet, so let's not do that. I did notice though down here, this grass field actually needs to be plowed. I mean, there's plowing is what? 15%. So that's quite a bit. That is quite a bit of work. Well, there we go. Field number, I have no idea what field number this even is. 11? It's 11? 21. The wheat is in storage. Our straw is all going into storage as well. I'm saving the wheat because we could do chickens maybe right off. I'm just looking at our 500 and $500,000. It's like, wow, we got a lot of cash. We really don't for what we still need to do. I was actually thinking about the silage. I mean, I think we'll look at the BGA just to see how much it is. For a couple reasons. We see how much the wrapper is. How much is the BGA up here? 43,000. So I can just cut grass, row it up, and so instead of baling, I can bring it up here in a loading wagon and compact it and have silage that way. So I mean, if we come in here, baling technology, if we go down to, where's that wrapper? Square wrapper. I mean, I'll probably look for modded ones as well. So it's 54. So the wrapper is more expensive than the BGA is. So, and not only that, I can also sell silage at the BGA. So that would be something to think about. I'll hold off on that for another episode. But what we're going to do now is we're going to head on down to our grass field after I pick up the mowers. Make sure I go on the left side of the road. So I'm going to pick up the mowers, head on down to the grass field, and we're going to wander on down, and we got to place our house. We need a place to stay. Sleep at night, all that fun stuff. So I'll meet you down at the grass field when I get down there, which with the speed of this New Holland may not take too long. Well, here we are at the place of our future home. I think the smart thing I'm going to do is we're going to come in here. Nope, here. Turn autosave off. I will save the game because my place is down. It is kind of steep here, so I'm going to be doing some building of a house, landscaping. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's see how long this takes me to get this right. I'll bring it back in a while, and hopefully our house and the landscaping looks halfway decent when I get there. The best thing is if I screw up, well, autosave is turned off, so hopefully nothing stupid happens. So I'll bring it back in a while. Well, this is what we have. I got the house up here on the hill. I did paint some grass here, so hopefully it's growable grass on this map. I'm not sure. We'll find out. It takes a few days. But since the hill was so steep, I had to place the house way up here. We're not that far from the lake. Reservoir, sewage treatment plant, whatever you want to call it. But you can see it made it pretty steep here, so I had to level out and smooth it out as best I can. I had to take down a couple of trees, which are over there. I can work on it a little bit more. Eventually we'll have a road going on down. I could just connect it. Well, I probably can't because I don't own that land. But I can probably connect it. No, I probably will just go right on out. Right on out to the main road. Because I'm not going to connect it to the reservoir because that way then I have to go to the recreational park. Which wouldn't be too bad. I mean, maybe it will. I'll think about that even more. It looks like the grass will grow. We'll find out in a while. But let's hop on down here. We'll turn that off. Turn the HUD back on. So, yeah, we're down to $479,000, which isn't too bad. But now if I come here, we have a place to sleep. It's not a house that you can go into, which kind of sucks. But, we got a house now. Our laundry's already hanging up. I did a load of clothes. Yeah, somebody's underwear. Yeah, so got a couple trees down. Like I said, we'll make a road. Yeah, our farm is coming together. Not bad for a start for a first day. As you saw, I had to bring down the stump grinder. This field here, like I said, I'll probably have to plow and replant, or I could just plow. I don't know if I'm going to make it grass again, or yeah, more likely I'll just make it grass because it's in front of our house. So, but at least we got a place to sleep now. So the question I got to think about in between episodes now is we got $500,000. What to exactly do with it? I got to kind of be careful, not to say well, let's go ahead and go do the cows because I mean that's $200,000 for the pasture. Then I had to buy a mixer. We don't really have a silage or way to do silage just yet. So I'll have to figure out a way to do that. Well, we know how to do it. I got to figure out how I want to do it. I'm probably going to cut these tree stumps down just a little bit more. I mean, it is wood. I'll cut them down, then we'll take a stump grinder, and then we'll deck this place out a little bit. I'll put a shed down somewhere, probably along this hedgerow right here, so we can park some of our equipment. But yeah, we got a good amount of fields to start with, actually. So we own 21, 25, and 10 right here. Like I said, the cows I would like to put up here, but there is a nice little place right here. I was looking at. That is a lot of land, and it comes with it comes with field 22. What is field 22? Is that barley? I mean, how much was this? That's only 42,000 for all that, and that's like grass, a good place. But this would be a good place for our chickens and cows. Here, I don't think is big enough for chickens and cows. And it'll be nice just to have animals, like, I don't want to say on the other side of the map, just because it's not like this is an extremely huge map, but it'll make us go up there and do stuff, get around the map a little bit more. It's like Ravenport. We really never got to the northeast side of the map where the dam was, or up in the forest area. Yeah, this is not big enough for the cows. I mean, the chickens can go here easily. I can put like a couple chickens in here. So maybe chickens or something or other, but I'm thinking we put the animals all up in one area. Like I said, we can get rid of the chickens right away because that coop is only 40,000. And then we could just add some chickens, and I would get our wonderful pallets for the chickens. The only problem is now I don't have a truck or the flatbed trailer. I know the truck's 100,000. The auto-loading trailer, how much is that? 56. Ugh. So, I mean, there's 150,000. So, I mean, that'll bring us pretty much down to $300,000, which is okay. But to get the truck and the flatbed just to get an auto-loader, but I mean, the auto-loader is going to be good for bales, for like, yeah, I got to think about it. Anyway, we may not even do bales because I may just do all loading wagon stuff again and put the silage up here and do that. So yeah, I got to think about how I want to approach that. Yeah, I got to think it over. It took me a lot of thought just to get through this little section here. It looks like there was supposed to be a door on this backside. Because see, it's got the railing for it. So it's almost like this was meant to be maybe a drive-through at one point, and it wasn't. I don't know. But it's fine. I backed in there. So we got a good amount of straw. Where are we here? Why does it not show... Okay, it shows my straw. Oh, there it is. Okay, I wasn't all the way over. I'm like, where's my wheat? I had wheat. So we're going to save the wheat for probably our chickens. The chickens, like I said, we can get right into. And they can start making some eggs for us. I'll just have to figure out the pallet situation. We may buy a small tractor. I already have one of mine. It's on the Mod Hub already. And it's really cheap. It's not something that I edited the money on. I mean, I think the tractor's only like 17 grand. It'll be a good little thing we could do pallets with that and load it on just to a regular trailer for now until we get some cash. But we got to remember we're playing on hard economy, so the prices are not going to be as good. Yeah, and we got like this arable field back here. Probably just going to leave bare until we get a lot of our equipment. Like I said, I got to do something for weeds and fertilizing as well. I got to figure out how I want to approach it. I'm trying to find stuff that I can do a lot with one piece of equipment instead of buying two pieces of equipment, spending more money, because the more fields we have, the better. Can I teleport to that house, though? Oh, we can. Let's just teleport to our house. So this is kind of the view from our house. Not too bad. I don't know if I can cut down some of these trees or not. I don't know where our property boundary is. It's somewhere in here. But hopefully I can get rid of some of these trees so we can get a better view of the beautiful pond down there. I just noticed something on that island. I'll have to swim in this Beautiful thing. Oh, okay. We'll just run right across. What am I looking at here? Oh, it's just a tree stump. All right. I knew that. But, yeah, this is going to do it for episode 1 on Mercury Farms. It's kind of nice to be in a new area, on a new map. Like I said, hard economy. Thank you to our boss for buying us a beautiful tractor. If we didn't have that right now, I'd be like, okay, enough spending. But I can do a little bit more spending. Like I said, we need to get some animals going, so we got some form of income in the background. I think chickens are probably going to be the way to go to start with. So I'll probably have to buy that property up where I want to put them. So it's only 40 grand. Another 40 grand for a large chicken coop. So yeah, we're looking at 100, that'll bring us down to like 400,000. So somewhere in about there, which is not too bad. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll see you next time on Mercury Farms. But until then, have a good one.